Hello everyone and welcome to, build the Willys Jeep MB. Now as you know, this is currently not in the UK, and with me, I can't be asked to keep, if you look at the GTR, they kept bringing it out, stopping it, bringing it out, stopping it, and we had nothing but problems with that. So if something comes out, then I will go to overseas and I will continue that overseas until it's finished, sort of thing. If it was to come out in the UK, I wouldn't take it on because I've already further ahead with this one. Anyway, so this is the Willys Jeep, and as you can see, it's quite a small radiator grille here. So let's take a look inside and get started on this. So quite a little small pack, which is very cute. Absolutely fantastic. So we'll just pop that in the recycling. So we'll be doing part of the radiator grille today. Whoops, there's quite a lot here. So it's okay because it's all from... Oh, yes, look at that. That is metal. Lovely. Fantastic. So I'll just lay my parts out. We've got millions upon gazillions of stuff here. So we've got some really cool things here. Let me just tip that over to the side here because it'll be much easier to do. Right, let's take a look at the parts that we've got. So part 1A, which is this part here, this is the grille panel apparently. So that is part 1A. 1B is this part here. So these are quite small instructions. So 1B is the headlight lenses, which are these little two babies, looking like so. These are gorgeous. Then we've got 1C, and 1C is the headlight cup. So they look absolutely fantastic. Could you imagine the LED going through that? That is going to be so cool. Then 1D, which is, let's have a look. 1D is the bracket. So basically 1D and 1E is the right and left brackets. So these will be right and left brackets without that part there. It wanted to be shown on camera, that's what it was. So yeah, that's 1D. The next thing that we've got is 1H, and this is the blackout covers. So 1H looks like the blackout covers, I think, are likely to be these parts. Yeah, they look like these. So these are the blackout covers, as you can see. Then we've got 1J, which is the right blackout cover, which I've just showed you. 1K is the grille bracket, apparently. And that's that part here. So that's the grille bracket. And then obviously we've got another bracket here as well. So that's 1K as well, so sort of like right and left bracket. Then we've got DM screws and AM screws, and we also have these little parts here. So I'm not too sure. Oh, actually 1H, yeah. So 1H is blackout covers. So 1F is the blackout headlight. Right, so we've got a blackout cover and a blackout headlight. Okay, there we go. So let's just move that over to one side for the minute. So let's get started. So the first thing we need to do in this gorgeous assembly is we need to pop the headlights together basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to secure these two parts here. So this is the headlights here, and it says to fit the lenses into the cups. So basically what we need to do is, as you can see, it's got like a little tab there, and all we're going to do is link it up with the tab that's on here. As you can see, there is a indentation in there, and all we need to do, guys, is we just need to pop that into there like so. Oh, that looks gorgeous already. Look at that. That is stunning. And then obviously the LED will go through that hole there. So that's really cool. And then we'll do the same on this side as well. So that has to go in the Pacific way. So let's just take a look, make sure it's all lined up properly. And it will, this one doesn't want to go in. It will click in, it's supposed to click in. So let's just have a look. See what's going on with this. It's supposed to click. There we go. So it clicks in. Once you hear that click, that's when it's gone in. So they're lovely little covers like so. Okay, so that's the that part there. Part B, what we're going to do is we're going to secure them to the brackets which we've got here and here. Now, as you can see, you've got a bracket here, and you've also got a little hole underneath. Now, if we look, it looks as if These are 1E and 1D. So 1E and 1D are sort of like the brackets, basically. So that's where they're going to go. They're going to go on here somehow. So let's take a look in that, and then we'll have a look at that. So yeah, I'm assuming if we have that part round here, because it's got to go on a specific way. So we've got 1D, which is the left bracket. So we need one, and then obviously the right bracket. So let's get 1D. And it's actually got the letter L printed on that. So the way they want it for us to go is they want the hole there, and then obviously this floats off somewhere up here. So I'm assuming these ain't actually labelled. So obviously you've got a little hole there that is going to marry up to the little hole in this. And I'm assuming it will go something like that. So that looks really, really cool. So that's really cool. I mean, let's just test that again, because I quite like the look of that. That looks really cool. Look at that. Oh, I see. So it's got like a little D shape on it. So it sits on a specific angle, so it sits like that. Oh, wow. That's super cool. That is so cool. And this is the left one. So that's really cool. Right, okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to shove a screw into that, and that's going to go in with an AP screw that we've got very kindly wrapped here. So this looks absolutely fantastic. So let's take an AP screw out. We're actually provided with a screwdriver in here. This looks absolutely tiny, so this is all new to me. You can tell that that screwdriver is a little bit big for that type of screw. So yeah. But let's pop this in. We'll secure that underneath. It's quite a little bit fiddly, but we will get that in, like so. Now, as I said, this is not available in the UK yet, but hopefully it does come out, because I really like it, and that's why I do it. Oh, this is very fiddly. Probably making it harder for myself, sort of thing, but just try and screw that in. I might change the screwdriver in this, because I'm not really liking this screwdriver very much. Once you get it in, it's fine, but it has to sit in that cup. Let's just try that again, screw that up. Yeah, once you get it in, as you can see, it goes in fine, so that looks absolutely stunning. Look at that. How cool is that? So what we're now going to do is replicate that with the other one. And as you can see, again, you've got like a D shape. So it goes round and then a slant up, straight line. And that will mimic on there as well. So mimic basically means copy. Or do the same as. So what we're going to do now, I think for this, I'm going to off the screw to the bracket this time. Maybe that will be a little bit easier. And then what I'll do, I think this screwdriver's a little bit on the tads too big. But what I'll do, yeah, I think we'll stick to plan one on that. Let's just hold it. It's very, very fiddly to get in. And because I have big hands, it doesn't really help, but... but, oh gosh. I could do with like a clamp or something to hold it while I screw it in, but... I used to have like a... as a kid, I used to have Action Men. So, you know, like the Action Army doll things that you have. And I used to have this big army vehicle. I think I got rid of it, but yeah, that's sort of what gave me the inspiration to do this. But yeah, wow. So that looks pretty cool. Look at that. That is so cool. Wow. So that's that part done. Right, the next bit, what we need to do, guys, is we need to get the two, basically the blackout sections, which are these two parts, and then we're going to attach these little two parts here. And we've also got 2 little brackets. So we've got a bracket here and a bracket there. And what we're going to do is basically, it doesn't actually tell you, if you look at the instructions, this is what is different about America. They don't actually tell you where to put the part. They don't go, oh, put C screw into here. They sort of give you the letter and a picture, so you've got to try and work out how it goes together. So, yeah, it's a little bit complicated sort of thing, but it says to have 1G. Now, 1G is this little section here, and basically, from what I can see, that is going to go into here. So this will line up. You've got a pin. There's a pin here that's going to go through this little hole in this. So we'll put a pin in there, like so. As you can see, I think that is supposed to go the other way round though, because I think it sits into that part. So let's just take that off a minute. Yeah, I think that goes round the other way. So we'll take that off a minute. Cool, this is very fiddly, but because I get the impression that that goes through that slit. Do you get me? So it sort of comes out like that. There's a little line in there. And then obviously this part here will then go on to this part here. So it's sort of like bridging something up. And again, you've got a pin there. So basically just pop that into there like that. And as you can see, that slots it on. So that looks really cool. So we'll do that again. So I'll just get my little lens out that's just in there. And once again, we'll pop the slit through here. I'm probably making it harder for myself. I probably need like to use tweezers for this section, but where possible, I like to work with my hands. So I don't really like to use tweezers unless absolutely necessary. I like the challenge of trying to sort it out, but yeah. Let's put that into there. Oh. Quite hard fitment that, but it's not liking that. So what's gone on here? That goes into there. It's got a mechanism that you've got the pin and then you've got another pin that lines it up to that. So, and this is the thing, I think obviously the first model I did with America was the solar system. And ever since like more and more come out, I sort of get attached to them sort of thing. So obviously we're then going to use AP screws and we're going to secure this into here basically. So obviously you've got there's no left or right on this, so yeah. And it can only go in the one way. If you look there, that's all circle and that part there has got a D shape again. So basically all you need to do, get the D shape like so and then pop that in there like that. And then we'll pop an AP screw into that as well. Now I have wanted to do there's a tank that Model Space used to do. I don't know whether they still do it, but I've always wanted to do like the Tiger tank. Was it Model Space or Harshette? I think Harshette may have had it actually. Because I think that would be quite nice against this, but yeah. It's not something that really grabs my attention right now. Sort of thing. That's really cool. Look at that. It's sort of on a slant as well. So that's really cool. So then we'll just duplicate that on this side as well, making sure that it's gone in the actual right way. So that will go onto there as well. They sort of go on a slant, which is fantastic. And these go in with APs as well. So we'll secure that down the bottom here. I hate when the screws do that. This is where you need half a dozen pairs of hands to get it on. Now obviously we do have the bonnet as well. So the way I'm doing this is because it comes in What I like about America is the fact that over here, if you do a subscription, you sort of have to wait, I think it's like 14 days with Harshare or like a whole month with Eagle Moss. But Eagle Moss over here, America, is brilliant. You've got tracking till it gets, you know, to your house sort of thing, and it's just brilliant. So yeah, it's sort of on a slant, and I quite like the look of that. That's really cool. Okay, so once we've done that, guys, the next part, what we're going to do is we're going to get all these attached, so that's really cool. So as you can see in here, we've got the bigger hole here and the bigger hole here for the headlights. Now what's going to happen is, obviously we've got the, can only go in the one way, and basically this hole here is going to grip onto the other, onto that hole there. So it'll grip onto, I think, let's just try that one actually. Maybe it's directional or something. But it will grip onto, let's try that one over there actually. Yeah, so you get the idea that they grip on like that. So this part here grips onto that little hole there. Whoops, sorry about that. Losing my grip, there we go. Okay, and these are going to be secured in with our second screw this evening of DM screws. Okay, so this is looking really, really cool. So we'll get the DM screw, like so, and we'll secure that into there. Just in that hole like so. Now I can see these are not sitting absolute flush, so not too sure why that is. Can you see like there's a gap here? Whoops, we'll sort that out in a minute. You can see like a gap in the grill, so I think it's so that you can maneuver it. But we'll screw it down as much as we can. Right, so yeah, that's about as much as it will go. So you've got this gap behind here, and that's really cool. I like that. So that's really interesting. And then obviously we're going to pop this one on that side. I mean, if you wanted to, you could apply a little bit of glue and just secure that into there at the edge just to hold them in, because I suspect they'll have a habit of keep falling out, so you could always do that if you wanted to. But as you can see, they clip in fine. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to do that part into there and secure that in with a DM screw as well. So yeah, they sort of have a gap in them, and this is why I do this, because obviously I've got to be honest, I don't know nothing about Jeeps, so as we build we sort of learn more and more about the vehicle. So I think I'll pick that up because I'm a bit worried. Oh, that looks so good. It brings me back to memories of the program Brum. I'd love to do part work of Brum. You know, that little yellow car, and he's got that winder at the front. So just screw it as tight as that will go. And as you can see, oh wow, look at that. That is super cool. That's really, really cool. I'm intrigued about these little gaps behind, so that's quite interesting why there's a little gap, but that's really, really cool. So the next part, what we've got to do, guys, is we're then going to pop these brackets in, and what's going to happen is they're going to go basically into the second hole down. So you put the first one through the hole there, and then the other hole that goes down there. Oh, I see what's happened. So that goes onto there. Right, okay. Interesting. So this headlight needs to be turned round, even though that's in the D shape. So that's quite interesting. Okay, that's fine. This is why I make mistakes, so that you don't have to make that mistake. What I'll do is I'll put that in there first, and then once that's secured in, I can just give it a little nudge. Right, I see what's happening. So if we hold that there, you don't want too much pressure, but just enough. So that's quite interesting. So, and then obviously that will go into there, and we'll put that in with a DM screw as well.
So obviously you've got your this one and that one over there.
So we'll pop that in.
I love this colour. It's like a dark foresty colour, or like a mustardy sort of green. It's a really lovely colour. I think I might use my Oria for these because, as you can see, this screwdriver is a little bit small, so let me bring out the big screwdriver. Yeah, can you see I get much more grip with that? It's quite small. If anyone would like this screwdriver, give me a comment in the comment box below and I'll get that out to you free of charge, because I normally work with my Oria, so if I can help someone out with a screwdriver, then I mean, obviously it's for the Willys Jeep, but you never know, it could come in handy for something. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to reverse this and correct that up. So we'll pop that dead straight. It's quite deceiving that, because it did say it went that way, but there we go. And then what we'll do is we'll pop that into there, like so, and we'll get a DM screw and we'll screw that in. And the screw has to go straight, so yeah, I'm not happy with that because that's not gone down straight, it's walked slightly, so let me just fix that up. Has to go dead straight, like that. So it's about a careful balance of pressure and accuration. So let's have a look at that. Oh wow, that's super cool. I think they could need a little bit of tweaking though, so let's just move that off slightly. Because you can see that they're slightly off center, so let me just I'll have a play around with them in post-production, but look at that, that is looking really cool.
And then last but not least is to secure this little section here. And what's going to happen with this is that's going to basically, it will feed under like this. So basically we've got this little trap here. You need the bottom part facing down, and it slots over the top like that and comes under like that. So you've got like a little tab there, and that's going to go in with a DM screw as well. And 1K is the grill bracket. So that's looking really, really nice. So, well, for issue 1, that's been really enjoyable. Now, as I'm sure you can appreciate, these come from America, so obviously the next one will be in a fortnight's time. I do it fortnightly just to make it last a bit, because it is a month until we get the next pack. So the next one will be in a fortnight's time. So not next Friday, the Friday after. Sorry, not next Thursday, the Thursday after. But as you can see, that for issue 1 is absolutely stunning. So I hope you liked that video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in a fortnight's time where we get to do the bonnet. So I hope you like that. Take care. Bye bye.